the primary charge for the cadets of Army, but on this field, the seeds planted by the likes of Davis, Blanchard, and Dawkins certainly have produced victory. Welcome to Michie Stadium at West Point, home of the Black Knights of the Hudson. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, taking on a team from the American, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Army Black Knights offense will have the first possession of the game. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The option look. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Takes it on the shovel. Turning it on! Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Black Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go to the fullback, and they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They picked up a couple of first downs to start this drive, and now 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
And the Black Knights come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. So the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs offense will try to get something started with their possession. The age of the game-breaking tight end is here, Jesse, and we have another guy who is threatening to redefine this position.
Yeah, we've seen over the years now the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not just blocking and catching passes. They're getting involved now in the running game. We're seeing tight ends even throw the football, David. This guy can do it all.
And why is that so difficult? Because as a defender, what do I want to play you as? Do I want to play you with an extra linebacker on the field, or do I bring in a DB? And either way, I can be wrong. The big, strong bodies that can also be receivers and also block, they make the game easy.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Bulldogs will line it up on 1st and 10. On the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Showing the arm strength down the left side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. They booted away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Nice move to keep running. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. To the ground with the back. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Black Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Gandy. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Wants to throw again. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll ride his man on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Loss of 3. 3rd down coming up.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. They'll leave it with him. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And the Black Knights will send out the punt unit.
46 on to punt it away.
Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
First down for the offense.
Give to the running back. And that's the end of the line on that run, and it's the end of the line for the first quarter. That's the end of the period. It's Louisiana Tech holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. From the shotgun, the inside give. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. With the catch, it's Jackson. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle, it's Wilkerson. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? And they'll send out the field goal unit. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator Chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one right now in Gainesville. They're up by 7 over USF. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play. I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Quickly out to the tight end. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there. The Black Knights line up to punt it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. They'll go to the ground. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
Touchdown.
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Army has it back, and the offense ready to go. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fortner. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. On the option. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And they run the option, and you can just tell, man, the timing of that wasn't set up well, and the quarterback looked a little bit clunky, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Fires to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Jackson. There he goes. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to keep it in the air. Firing to the right, complete. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running into the open space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to threat the field position with the return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Oh, better look out. Lots of running room at the 30. He's at the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Army!
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Louisiana Tech, 17. Army, 7.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. I mean, I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air. But now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the first down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done, though.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down to the 49. That is well short of the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, one thing we can always count on is a great atmosphere in West Point.
And the Black Knights will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll run the counter. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Finley. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They go to the ground. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. The Bulldogs come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Calls his own number. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Keeps looking downfield. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Backed up now, here's second and long. On the run, it's Givens. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the third down pass is knocked away by the knee. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Just drives it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. James Madison went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Dukes. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. Smacks him with the stiff arm. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. The Black Knights, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, and getting the quarterback to the ground.
He'll throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Black Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a man. Lets it fly. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to bring.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Get set, get set.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting it.
Got it in the middle. It's Gandy. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer against this athletic front seven.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
The Black Knights decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner will be brought down. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The give to the left side. Turning it on. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's a heat. He lets it fly. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Looking for space. It's Givens. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Louisiana Tech trying to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
He's marked out of bounds at the 44. And
He might want another play. Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Looking downfield on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Robertson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Louisiana Tech is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. He'll try to really get into this one. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And how about that rush off of the edge? You could tell, man, playing pass all the way. Your team has a lead. Getting later in the football game, he's just pinning his ears back, and he flies off the edge and gets the big sack.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the 1st down.
Man, does that sting defensively. You get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play the ball deep, and you give up.
Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Goes to the option. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Under fire. Gets it out quickly. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights! And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys.
And how about the dinosaur, the fullback, getting involved in this game in the passing attack? This is a guy that has really, really good hands, and this offense knows in these types of situations, if they can just find a way to get him involved, he can go score.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Past the 1st down marker and still running. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
First down.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Gandy. And he was able to get back on top of his own fumble. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. So now it's 2nd and long. The handoff, keep working on that clock. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
And how about this offense running the football when you know it's going to be a run? Being the more physical squad. And this defense, man, trailing in this football game, still got those 3 timeouts, but they've got to get a stop. They've got to make a stand and start burning those timeouts.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Snagged in the middle. It's short. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. Now on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Off play action. Shakes off the defender. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Loss of 2.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. 4th down, gotta have it here. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Gandy. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Touchdown.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over. He'll
set up to throw. Finds his big tight end. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fortner. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. This is what you do in the backyard. You never do it in the middle of the game. It's always final drive, clock winding, got to have a score. Offense down 1 possession. Catch in the middle, it's Fortner. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fortner. Stopped just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Second down coming up.
Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
To stop the clock. No gain on the play. Brings up.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.